Sometimes you really don't have many dinner ideas, but you got a pound of ground beef and you think, okay, I can make tacos, I can make spaghetti, but there are so many other possibilities for a pound of ground beef. Today I'm sharing with you 10 different recipes that all start with a pound of ground beef. So save this video so you can come back to it time and time again and get lots of ideas. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Okay, to get started, we've got these mushrooms. I do like that they are already pre-cleaned and sliced. I don't have to do anything except open them and pour them in. Love that for me. Okay, the only other thing I need to do is chop up this onion. I don't want to dirty another knife. Probably not the smartest idea I've had, but we don't need the whole onion anyway. We're only going to use about half of it. Okay, that is done. I've got a large skillet heating to about medium high. So let's go over to the stovetop. It is starting to heat up really well, so let's add in about a tablespoon of olive oil, not a lot. Again, I'm using this Tuscan infused. Okay, I've got my ground beef thawed. We're gonna add in 1 pound of ground beef. Break that up. I've also got water here in this pot that's heating up. Once I get this broken up, I'm gonna add in my onion. In goes the onion. We're gonna let that brown and the onions kind of soften. We'll add in some garlic here in just a couple of minutes. It is almost done. I did drain just a little bit of the excess fat. There's still some in there, but it'll be okay. Let's add a little bit of garlic, maybe, I don't know, a tablespoon or so, 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. The meat is almost done. Oh, that smells good. All right, now let's add in our mushrooms, and we're gonna let those soften, and they may give off some extra moisture, and if so, we're just gonna kind of let that evaporate. I'm cutting up some of these larger mushrooms. Okay, that's better. Let's let that hang out. My water is ready over here for our noodles, so I'm gonna grab my noodles. I'm doing fettuccine noodles tonight. You could always serve this over egg noodles. You could even do it over rice or potatoes, however you want to do it. But I'm gonna be using this fettuccine. Okay, all of our mushrooms are really soft, so let's sprinkle some flour in here, a couple of tablespoons, stir that around and get everything coated. Okay, at this point you're gonna add in 1 cup of beef broth. I've got beef bone broth. I also turned the heat down to about medium. I've got 1 cup of heavy whipping cream going in. Then we need a little bit of Dove sauce. If you don't know what Dove sauce is, I'm saying Dove like W, not Dove like bird. Worcestershire sauce, about a tablespoon. My noodles should be about ready, so I need to drain those here in just a second. But let's add in some salt and some pepper, and then we're just gonna bring this to a simmer. While we wait on it to simmer, I'm gonna drain my noodles over here and go check on my broccoli, and dinner is almost ready. Okay, it has come up to a simmer, so I'm gonna turn it down to low, and we're gonna let it hang out for about 5 minutes. Then we'll take it off the stovetop and add one last ingredient, and then it's gonna be time to eat. Now to this, we're gonna add in about 1/3 cup of sour cream, maybe a little more. Oh gosh, this smells good. I'm gonna let it melt, and then it's time to eat.
It's gonna meld.
I'm letting it melt. Meld and melt, with a D and a T.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
That pasta looks fantastic.
Yeah, it does. Come on.
You gotta jiggle it just a little bit.
He has emerged from his office.
You've been working hard today.
You've been working hard today.
Been working. Been doing my thing.
Look how hot that is. All that steam coming up.
Yeah. This looks and smells amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I hope it is
Gotta
amazing.
try to. I'm trying to twirl here. I'm not. Yeah. It's not twirling.
No twirling.
It ain't twirling.
Gotta have some more twirlage on that.
All right, well, okay.
Right off the bat.
What? What'd you say? Right off the bat?
Man, that's good.
Oh.
Super creamy. Great flavor of that sauce.
Good.
That is special. Onion, mushroom flavor.
My question is, what did you do to that broccoli?
Why, is it good?
Yes.
Wow.
It's just got some olive oil, well, the Tuscan herb infused olive oil, salt and pepper and garlic powder.
Did you make that sauce from scratch?
I did, baby. Ain't no cream of nothing in that.
I'm gonna have to try these broccoli now that he's talked about it.
Yeah, it's good. I like that.
It is good.
That's
Well,
different.
I'm just so happy that y'all are loving this. It's torture watching these two eat.
This pasta is amazing.
Well, good. I'm glad. I'm gonna dig in. No.
That sauce though is incredible.
Well, good. I'm
Really
glad.
good, beefy, mushroom, onion flavor, creamy.
Now we got to do a taste test of a very special dessert in a little while, okay?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. All right, y'all, we're getting started on the next one. Now you're gonna have to pretend with me that we have the rice, like the ready-made rice in a pouch that we're gonna put in the microwave. Thought I had that on hand, I don't. So I am gonna have to use 2 pots for this meal because I've got to cook some rice. But if you've got ready-made rice, this is the time to use it because it'll make this meal even faster and a true 1-pot meal. But I'm just going to rinse about a cup of, I've got basmati rice. I'm gonna rinse this really quickly. I've got some water heating up on the stove and I'm gonna cook this before we get started on our next meal. Okay, I think our water is ready. Yep, we're ready. So let's add our rice. I'm gonna stir it around, let it bubble again, and then I'll pop the lid back on and we'll turn it back down. So I haven't even told you what we are making. We're gonna do some Mediterranean rice bowls, ground beef rice bowls. Very simple, very quick, especially if you have the ready-made rice. And I could have, honestly, I think I'm out of minute rice too. I was gonna say I have minute rice, I could have done that. Either way, use something that's a little bit quicker and it'll be a true 1-pot. But this is coming back up to temperature. Let's turn that down and let's go chop up some veggies and things that are gonna go in our bowls. Okay, so I've got all my ingredients out here. We're gonna be making a dressing in just a minute. And then I've got these cherry tomatoes that I'm gonna move off to the side. Those are gonna go on top. But what we're actually gonna be cooking is a red bell pepper, which my grocery store has stopped carrying regular red bell peppers. They carry these, I think they're called Aloha peppers more recently. They're kind of orange and red. It's interesting. Anyway, we're going to wash this and chop it up, and then we're gonna slice the rest of this red onion. So this would be great for dinner and or for lunch. We're having it for lunch today. You know what, I'm gonna go grab my chopper because I don't wanna dice this. I wanna just use my chopper, so let's do that. Sometimes if I'm in the mood, I'll just go ahead and dice something, but I'm not really in the mood. So let's dice it up using my chopper. I don't believe this version of the chopper is available anymore. This is an older version. I've got this chopper linked in my Amazon store below. It's the newer version, but it's the same thing, same company. That was much quicker and easier than standing here and dicing it. But now let's slice up some of this red onion. I'm gonna save a little bit of it. And then I'm just gonna cut these large whole pieces just in half. And we are done with what's going to be cooked. Now I do need to slice a couple more things, so let's do that. So I've got a lemon. We're gonna be using half of a lemon in the sauce or the dressing. And then we also need to mince a couple of cloves of garlic. I gotta tell you, I've been making cooking videos on YouTube for almost 8 years, almost exactly 8 years. And it has been a challenge to come up with new ideas after that long, even though there are millions of recipes out there. So I quite literally could never run out of content. Trying to find a new spin on things and to do things a different way becomes overwhelming when I think about, oh, I've already done that, or I've already done that, or I've already done that. But I know a lot of you haven't seen that content because it's older, and or you wouldn't mind seeing a recipe shown again because we truly love it. So I've just been struggling lately coming up with new recipe ideas and new video ideas. Once you've been doing something for quite a while, it's just, you gotta think a new thought, you know? All right, I'm gonna throw this in here in my little garlic press. Actually, both of these will fit in there at the same time. And then lastly, we just need to have some cherry tomatoes. I did have this other tomato that I need to use as well, so chop it up. But this is just for topping at the end. All right, we also need to make our dressing for the end as well. Very simple dressing. We're gonna be using plain Greek yogurt. Y'all know I have a complex with this. I have to make sure it says plain about 30 times. Just use vanilla Greek yogurt when you think you're using plain, just one time. It'll ruin you for life. Okay, we need about a 1/4 cup of this, which is not much at all. And then we need the juice of half a lemon. We need this garlic that I pressed. And that's it. However, we might have to add just a little bit of water to thin it out. Let's see. I'm just gonna shake it in this dressing container that I have. I'm gonna add the tiniest bit of water. Not much at all. And let's stir it around or shake it around one more time and it should be good. I don't want it super thin, but I don't want it to struggle to pour out evenly. Okay, that's done. We can set that to the side. Our rice is just about done, which means we can get started on our main thing. Now that our rice is done, I have moved our large skillet here and put it on about medium high. And I've got a pound of ground beef. And I am gonna go ahead and break this up, but I'm gonna let it sit and get really brown on the bottom before I kind of start moving it around the pan a whole lot. Okay, it's been a few minutes. Now I'm gonna go in and break it up even more. It's got some color on the bottom. Now at this point, we're gonna add some seasonings in. I've got some oregano. I'm gonna do about a teaspoon or so of that. I've got some cumin. I'm gonna do maybe half a teaspoon. And then of course we've got garlic powder. Maybe half a teaspoon of that as well. Salt and pepper. I'm still trying to get over this cold or whatever it is that I have between the sneezing fits. It's not easy to film, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let's just continue to cook all of that. So we're gonna let this cook all the way and then we're gonna remove it to a plate. Okay, this is done. So I just put a paper towel on a plate. I'm just gonna put this over there, let that kind of soak up any grease that it has. And now we're just gonna leave whatever little tiny bit of grease is left in there, which honestly is not a lot. So I'm gonna add just the smallest little bit of some Tuscan herb infused olive oil. It won't take much. And then we're gonna throw in our veggies that we sliced and diced earlier. And we're just gonna let these saute for 3 or 4 minutes. It's not gonna take long at all. And we're getting close to the end, friends. It's not much more. Now, one thing I forgot to show y'all a minute ago is I got some spinach out and just roughly chopped it. That's gonna go in just a minute. You just need a couple of handfuls of spinach. It has been about 3 minutes. These are nice and soft. So let's throw in our spinach. And then we're also gonna throw in our cooked rice. Now our rice obviously is cooked and it's still warm, but if yours is not super warm, like if you had cooked it the day before, just let the rice heat all the way through and you're gonna want that spinach to wilt down. So I'm just gonna give this a couple of minutes and I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt and pepper at this stage too. Okay, our spinach has pretty much wilted down, so let's add our ground beef back in and just toss it all around. And then we will go serve it in bowls and top it with our dressing and our tomatoes. Sliced cucumbers would be good. And then we're also gonna add one last touch that you cannot forget if it's a Mediterranean bowl, in my opinion. And I'll show you that in just a second. You cannot forget the feta cheese on a Mediterranean dish. You just can't. And then lastly, we've got our dressing that's gonna go over top.
This looks very interesting.
Interesting is usually a bad word for food.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad because I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. I don't know what this is gonna be.
My goodness, I hope it's not bad. That would be awful.
All right, let's try it. That's good. That's really tasty. There's a lot of stuff going on here.
There is.
Okay, it's very light. That's really good. Okay, the feta cheese is coming in hardcore.
Okay, good.
That is really tasty.
Yeah.
And is this sour cream or something?
It is plain Greek yogurt mixed with some lemon juice and garlic.
Oh, okay. You can definitely pick out all the onion, the tomato.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it almost reminds me of like a sour cream.
Okay, yeah. I get that.
Especially with the feta cheese. Because the feta cheese has the saltiness to it.
So this is a Mediterranean ground beef rice bowl.
I'm getting some herbs.
Yep, there's some oregano in there.
Yeah. This is really tasty.
I'm so glad.
My eyes deceived me.
He was not excited, y'all. He just
like,
kept saying, this looks interesting. And I know what that means. We all know what that means.
It just means, hey.
I have my doubts.
You're
suspicious.
But you're still innocent until proven guilty, right?
That's right. All right, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm going to dig in.
It's light and bright flavors in there.
That lemon in the sauce
Yeah.
brightens everything up for
It
sure.
really does.
Ooh, that's good.
It's almost like a salad.
Oh, man.
It is super good.
Y'all, this might become a new favorite.
Yeah, this could be something we could eat on the reg for sure.
Wow. Please make this.
Yeah, give this a try.
It would be a great lunch, but
Lots
also a great dinner.
of great flavors in there. Super good. I'm not surprised.
We are making a 5-ingredient ravioli lasagna. Let's do it. We've got Italian sausage, which you can use ground beef if you want to use ground beef, that's fine. Some creamy melt mozzarella cheese, some marinara sauce, ricotta cheese, and then I'm using cheese ravioli. Use whatever you want. Okay, we need to set the oven to 400. I am also preheating this skillet to about medium high. When I say we haven't seen the sun, I mean we haven't seen the sun. It is just so gloomy and dark. And we live in an older home that doesn't have a whole lot of light in it, so it's been super dark these past few days. Also, I'm just noticing now that I really need to wash these windows. Our skillet is not quite hot yet, but that's okay. We're gonna add in our pound of Italian sausage. I just love the flavor of Italian sausage in a lasagna, but if you wanna do ground beef, that would be great too. I would maybe just add some Italian seasonings to it. Almost done, couple more minutes. And then I was gonna say I was gonna drain any excess fat off, but really there's not much. I might do a little bit of paper towel draining, but there's really not a whole lot. My house has been smelling amazing today. Thank you, Inglenook. Smells so good. Okay, I did run a paper towel through there and get a lot of that excess grease off. Now you just need a jar of your favorite marinara. I love this roasted garlic sauce from Thrive Market. We're gonna let this simmer together for about 5 minutes just to heat through really well. I'm gonna turn the heat down actually. It's a little high. And yeah, that's gonna hang out for just a few and then we'll assemble everything and get it in the oven. Now that that is done simmering, I'm gonna add about 1/3 of this to the bottom. You do wanna grease your 9x13. If it's not very non-stick, I didn't have to worry about that. I'm just gonna spread this out a little bit. Okay, so now what we need to do is take our ravioli. This is a 25-ounce bag of ravioli, and I'm gonna take about half of it. It is still frozen, and that's okay. I'm gonna take about half of it and lay it down here on the bottom. Tell me, are you one to arrange it, or are you one to kind of do like I'm doing and just kind of throw it down? Okay, that's good. Let's add one more right there. Okay, that seems good. Now let's take some ricotta. We need about a cup of this ricotta, so about half of this ricotta. And we're just gonna add spoonfuls onto my hand. Okay, you know, I'm doing small spoonfuls so it kind of spreads out. There's still gonna be pockets of it, but in the words of Cole when he was little, it's going to taste good. I'm gonna spread it a little bit, maybe. I'm just trying to thin it out a tad. You know, that's good enough. I don't feel like fighting with this thing. Let's add a little more over here. Okay, I think that's good. Let's do about half of this bag of mozzarella on top. We'll save the other half for the very end of baking time. Okay, now let's do another layer of our cheese ravioli, our final layer. Yummy. This is exactly what I was wanting. Okay, now let's take the remaining sauce, and my poor little wrists are not strong enough for me to pick this up and turn it on its side to pour it out. So we're gonna spoon it out, so it's gonna take me a second. Okay, maybe now that it's less in there, I can do it. There we go. Try and get most of it kind of covered at least a little bit with the sauce. Now, this is gonna go in the 400-degree oven, but wait, before it goes in the 400-degree oven, we need to cover it. So let's cover it with some aluminum foil. We're gonna bake it for 20 minutes. I still have ricotta on my hand. We're gonna bake it for 20 minutes, covered with the aluminum foil, and then we'll take that off and top it with the remainder of the cheese for like another 5 to 10 minutes, just long enough to let that cheese melt, but yeah. This is going in the oven for 20 minutes at 400. It has been 20 minutes. So let's take this out and top it with the mozzarella cheese, and then we'll throw it back in. Well, we'll just place it back in. We won't throw it. How about that? It's never easy to do. There we go. Woo, she's steaming. You know what? Optional 6th ingredient. I'm gonna throw a little bit of Parmesan and Romano on top. If I had some fresh, that would be even better. And I might, but here we are. Okay, that's gonna go in for another 5 minutes just to let that melt, and then it'll be time to eat. Okay, that smells amazing. Let's eat.
I don't know when the last time I've had ravioli.
I know, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. Let's give it a try. Is that sausage?
Yes.
Ooh, 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 cheesy. Yeah. Man, them raviolis is something special.
Good.
Where'd you get them?
I got them at Food Line.
They pretty good.
All right.
I have to admit, that ravioli is pretty good.
You like the sausage with it?
Yes.
There is some ricotta cheese in there too.
I see that, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, this is like extra cheesy with the ricotta cheese and the mozzarella.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lasagna, but with ravioli.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's very good. Layers of flavor.
Yes, I am going to dig in. I am really hungry and really tired, so it's been a long day.
I've been working hard.
Yeah, it's been a long day, but I am ready to eat. I just thawed some ground beef. I asked the guys, I have 3 recipe options. I asked them which one they wanted first. Cole quickly spoke up and said he wanted this one first. Tonight we are trying some cheeseburger quesadillas. I'm also going to be making some French fries in the air fryer, just so that we have some fries to go along with our cheeseburgers. But this one is really easy, very simple ingredients that you probably already have, so let's do it. So you're gonna have to bear with me because we're gonna have the air fryer sound in the background because I need to be cooking or making the fries while I'm doing the other stuff. To make the fries, let me show you, it's very simple. We are gonna add, I've got 2 russet potatoes that I mostly peeled, and chopped into about 1/4 inch slices into our fries. And we're just gonna drizzle a little olive oil on top. Let's just toss those around a little bit or kind of swish them around in that. Oh, one got away. No, sir. Come back. All right, and then you just season it however you want to season them. I'm gonna be trying this particular Potato Slayer Tater Flavor Creator. I don't know. A company sent me this, Fire and Smoke. Never tried it. Gonna open it for the first time right now and try it for the first time. Let me know if you've ever tried this brand. This is not paid advertisement for them. I just genuinely want to try it on our fries. Do you like a certain type of seasoning on your fries? I want to know. And let's talk about fries. Whose fries are superior? I have to say, I love McDonald's fries. There's just something about them. I know they're unhealthy. I know, I just love them. But my ultimate fries may shock you, and you may not have ever tried them before. Bojangles fries. Bojangles, because of their seasoning, this is not their seasoning. They do sell their seasoning. I should buy it. I should do that. Their seasoning is just a step above. I love their fries. They are my favorite. Whose fries are your favorite? I know a lot of people love Chick-fil-A fries, the waffle fries. I like them. I don't dislike them, but they're not my favorite. But let's see. I'm just trying to make sure that these got a good amount of the seasoning on them while my air fryer is preheating. We're going to work in batches with these. So we'll do the first ones and then remove them, do the next ones. Once they've all been done, we'll put them all back in the air fryer and reheat them for just a minute or so because the first ones will have cooled down. I'm gonna get that process started and then we're gonna make some cheeseburger quesadillas. Okay, I'm just gonna spray that with a light layer. And like I mentioned, we're gonna do these in a single layer. All the single layers, all the single layers. Okay, you know, I can't say anything and not think of a song, I'm telling you. I sing songs constantly. So there we go, single layer. We need to put this at 380. We're gonna do them for about 12 minutes. However, I do wanna flip them about halfway through. So we're gonna do it for 6. And once the timer goes off, we'll flip them. Now, before we get started on our quesadillas, because they're really not gonna take long, so I'm wanting to get that first batch really good and going over there of the fries. I do need to shred some cheese. If you wanna use pre-shredded cheese, that's fine. We're gonna be using Colby Jack. I already had some on hand, obviously. So let's shred this, because you can't have quesadillas without the cheese. This just went off. So let's flip these. They're already crisping up a little bit, so I'm gonna flip them. Okay, I flipped them over. I'm gonna do them for 7 minutes on the other side, giving us a total of 13, and we'll try that. Okay, the only other thing I need to do as far as chopping goes is to chop up this half of a small onion. We're gonna cook this in a skillet along with our ground beef. Now the recipe that I saw online is double the amount of ground beef that I'm doing, but I think it's for larger quesadillas, number one, and it's for 4 of them. So I'm just doing 1 pound of ground beef, and we're just gonna call it good. Okay, let's go grab our skillet and get started on the stovetop. Our first batch of fries are done. They're pretty good and crispy. I'm pretty impressed, honestly. 13 minutes seems to be the right amount. I've got our second batch going now, and I don't know why I didn't grab the camera, but here we are. I put about, I don't know, not quite a tablespoon of butter in here and let it melt. And then I added our onion. I'm gonna let that kind of saute for just a second before I add in my ground beef. Okay, to our onions, 1 pound of ground beef. Maybe, maybe not. There we go. Oh, that was a party trick. Let's break this up, get it going. We're gonna add some seasonings to this as well. Some salt, some pepper, some garlic powder, whatever seasonings you want to season your burgers with. Oh, I am just jiggling y'all all over the place. You're welcome for that. We're also gonna add a little bit of the Dub sauce in there. If you aren't familiar, Dub is short for W. I'm not saying dove like the bird. I am gonna have to drain this. I believe this is 85-15. I don't know. We're just gonna drain this at the end, but the Dub sauce always gives really great flavor to burgers. While our ground beef is finishing up over there, I grabbed my electric, the words don't wanna come out of my mouth. Electric griddle. I wanna say skittle. I really wanna say skittle. I'm not gonna, but I want to. We're moving on. We're letting that warm up to about medium heat. I've got these soft taco size shells, tortilla shells. My brain is not firing on all cylinders today. You ever have one of those days? My brain today. It's all good. I drained all of the grease off of this. Smells great, looks great. It's time to start assembling the quesadillas. So let's spray. How many of these can I fit on there at one time? Can I fit all 3 on there? I feel like we're doing it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got this. Let's put some cheese on the bottom. I knew that was gonna happen. I was gonna drop the cheese all over the griddle, the skittle. Oh, maybe I should have done more cheese, or maybe I should have done the less cheese on the bottom. I'll do less cheese on the top. Let's top that with our ground beef. I want these to be heavy on the ground beef. Lots of protein, lots of cheeseburger flavor. I might actually still get 4 out of these. I don't know how in the world. Those must have been some really big quesadillas that they were making in this recipe. 2 pounds makes 4. Those are some huge quesadillas. Some honkers, man. That's about right. I did good. Ooh, my fries are ready. I ain't got time for that right now though. They're just gonna have to sit there. Gotta move quickly over here. Okay, now on top of that, we're gonna do a little bit of ketchup. If you hear that noise, the guys are outside in our garage gym working out. So if you hear lots of noises in the background, that's what you hear. And then the recipe called for sweet relish. No. We do dill relish. This is the Mount Olive deli style dill relish. So these are our pickles for the burgers. I'm gonna add that in. We love pickles, so I'm going kind of heavy with it. And then the last thing we need to do is just top it with a little more cheese and then put the other tortilla on the top. Y'all, I ran out of cheese. What we gonna do? This is what we're gonna do. I had a tiny bit of this left in the fridge. I went over there to grab my Colby Jack to shred some more, and I saw this, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's what I'm doing, because that's even quicker. Okay, let's top these, press them down, and then we need to flip them here in just a second. I go get a spatula. Ooh, okay, while these sit here for just a minute, I'm gonna go get my fries. Okay, I popped all of my fries back in there, and I'm just warming them through for just a minute, but let's see if I can do this without making too big of a mess. Here we go, 1, 2. Oh, she pretty. She real pretty. How you looking? You pretty too, baby. Look at that. I'm so excited. Okay, we're just gonna leave these. I mean, I still made a mess, but we're gonna leave these for, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes on this other side just to let that cheese melt. I don't think the guys, they just started working out right before I started doing this, so I don't think they're gonna be ready to eat. But guess who is? Me. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. And we're gonna remove these out. It feels a little weird, not gonna lie, to know that I have French fries to go along with quesadillas. But, I mean, it just makes sense. They're cheeseburger quesadillas, but it does feel strange. I'm very sorry to let you know that they are outside and you're gonna have to get the taste test from me. Hopefully I can get them to agree to do a taste test when they come inside, but they're gonna be huffing and puffing and telling me all about their workout. So let's eat. First of all, these fries turned out really well. Let me try it without, I'm gonna try it without ketchup so I can taste the seasoning on here. Still wish it was Bojangles fries, but moving on. Very good. Texture of those fries are great. For our cheeseburger, no. You stop that. How have I not made these before? I can't imagine having sweet relish on it. I'm not a sweet relish person. I think that would have messed it up for me. I love the dill. It's like a little cheeseburger except without that mound of bun on top and bottom. The onion, the pickles, the ketchup, the mustard. Oh my goodness. They're gonna love this. This will be perfect for them after they come in from their workout. I'm in love with these fries. This is a good meal. McDonald's who? Cole just came in and grabbed his plate. He was working out. I rewarmed, reheated everything. Okay, here you go.
Yes.
Be careful. This is hot right here.
Let me fix my nappy head.
You're gonna love this. It's so good.
Looks really good.
I made homemade fries
You did.
along with cheeseburger quesadilla.
What?
It's already got ketchup on it. You don't have to dip it in the ketchup.
Mmm.
Is it good?
Man, yeah, it's like a cheeseburger.
It does taste like a cheeseburger.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I got homemade fries.
Ooh, they're not flimsy.
No, very crispy. He's tired.
I'm tired.
I can tell.
Had to take a deep breath. Baby, that is good. I'm glad I did all that working out, so now I'm going in and eat.
That's right.
I just shook it off.
You're sweaty. I love you though. Would you recommend?
I recommend.
Would you recommend this?
Yeah, I would recommend this.
Okay.
Heck yeah, you better try it.
He doesn't want you to see him in his biker shorts.
I recommend. Don't be looking at me in my skivvies.
Cole says he recommends that you make it and give it to him. I guess that is the equivalent of 2 thumbs up. It's a kind of Tex-Mex style. It uses some fresh veggies. We're gonna chop up some stuff and get it going, but like zucchini, sweet potato, red bell pepper, red onion. It's got a lot of fresh veggies in with it, and we're gonna be using a pound of ground beef. Nothing fancy, but it's gonna get the job done. And I have a feeling it's gonna be really good. So all I need to do is just finely dice this zucchini. I've got a red pepper and a red onion. All of that will be going in at the same time, so I can just do all of those together. And then I need to do the same thing, except I'm gonna use the larger chop size for our sweet potato. So I peeled it. This is like a medium size sweet potato. I peeled it, and let's see, you know, sweet potato is pretty hard. Let's see how we do here. Oh, no problem at all. Okay, so I'm gonna get this done. I'll be right back. I've got this heating to about medium high. We are gonna use this Chipotle infused olive oil. Since this is more like a Tex-Mex type meal, I feel like that'll add some good flavor. So let me go ahead and pour some of that in here. We're gonna cook the sweet potatoes first because they're gonna take the longest. Look how pretty that oil is. Okay, let's let that heat up. Our oil is good and hot, so let's add in our sweet potato. Oh, you hear that sizzle? We're gonna let that hang out for 3 or 4 minutes. I'll stir it every now and then, but I need to shred some cheese. So I've got some Colby Jack here. We just need about a cup of shredded cheese, so this should be plenty. Okay, you see how we're starting to get a little bit of color on those. They're gonna continue to cook, but we're gonna go ahead and add in all these other veggies. So many veggies. I'm also gonna add in some garlic. Okay, these are starting to get a little tender, which is great. We're gonna push them over to the side, and we're gonna add in our pound of ground beef and let that start to cook. So it's getting there. I'm definitely gonna have to drain a little bit of grease from this side. You can see that. But we're almost done, which means we can move on. We really don't have much more to go anyway. Okay, so I got the grease out. I'm reducing the heat to about medium-low. And let's add a few more things. I'm adding a can of black beans that I drained and rinsed, a can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. Now it calls for a cup of frozen corn, and mine is still frozen, so we're gonna have to let that heat completely through. This has filled up this entire thing for sure. And then we're gonna add in some taco seasoning, basically a pack of taco seasoning, about 3 tablespoons. So it's been several minutes and I did a little taste test. I did add just a little more salt to it, but other than that, it's perfect. Now what we need to do is just turn the heat off and grab our cheese. We're gonna sprinkle this all over the top. And then we'll put the lid on it and just let that cheese melt.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hopefully it's good.
I'm sure it's gonna be good.
Lots of veggies in there, which is a great thing, especially around this time of year.
Yeah, that is very tasty.
Good.
Southwestern sort of vibe to it.
Right.
Not too spicy.
Good. Yeah, it only has taco seasoning in there, so.
That's special. I love this. Not bland. Got some good bold flavors in there.
Okay, good. How are the veggies? Are they nice and soft?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh, that's what that is. Sweet potato. Okay. I saw the little orange on your spoon there. I was like, what is that?
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, that is really good.
Oh, man. The fire roasted tomatoes are perfect.
Yeah, this is really good, sweetheart.
I like that we bulked it up with so many veggies and with the black beans.
Right.
That's a good way to kind of make everything go a lot further. But
Yeah, for sure. That's really good. The sweet potato. Now that I know that they're in there, my taste buds have locked on to that flavor.
Yeah,
That
that little
aftertaste.
sweetness,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really good.
it is good. Wow.
Good job,
That
sweetheart.
is so easy. I love that.
Yeah, one pot. Easy peasy.
This is going to take like 20 minutes. This is just a really simple like beef and gravy over top of mashed potatoes. I'm going the easy route and I'm using Idahoan mashed potatoes just because it's quick and easy. And the beef gravy, like there's nothing to it. You probably have all of these ingredients already on hand, so you can make this tonight. I've got our large skillet heated to medium high. I'm adding a pound of ground beef. So for this dinner, think about sausage, gravy, and biscuits. We're doing kind of the same thing, but we're doing more of a dinner recipe. We're gonna do the beef gravy over mashed potatoes instead of biscuits. While that's cooking, I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, we're gonna let that hang out for quite a few minutes. And when I say you probably have all these ingredients on hand, I mean it. We just need some flour, some Dub sauce, a little bit of butter, some beef broth, some minced garlic. You could chop up some onion and put that in there, you know, along with the beef, but I'm just going the easy route today and using minced onion. So this is pretty much done. We are going to soak up some of this excess grease though with a paper towel. All right, I'm gonna throw this butter in there. You only need about 2 tablespoons. I just had 3 tablespoons left of this one stick, so I'm just throwing it all in there. Why not? We're gonna let that melt. Okay, while that is melting, let's throw in some garlic, however much you want. I'm gonna do like a big, maybe like a tablespoon. And then that minced onion, I'm gonna throw that in there too. And I know we added some pepper earlier, but let's add some more pepper for our gravy. Now, to make our gravy, we need something to thicken it up. So we're gonna use some flour. You don't need a lot, a couple of tablespoons. It's probably 1. There we go. All right, let's stir that around. All right, so that's been cooking for about a minute. Now let's slowly just add in our beef broth. We need a couple of cups of beef broth. Okay, that was 1 cup. And let's add another cup. This is about 3/4 of a cup. I'm gonna eyeball this. This is personal preference as to kind of how thick you want your gravy, thick or thin. All right, I'm gonna let that come back up to a bubble. I'm also gonna add in some Dub sauce at this point. It's gonna give it some good flavor. Okay, I'm not gonna go with 2 cups of the beef broth. I only did like 1.5 cups. We're gonna let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Make sure it gets good and thick. All right, we're gonna give this a couple more minutes. I just tasted it. I'm gonna add just a little more salt and let that hang out, and let's start our mashed potatoes. All we need is 2 cups of water. I do it on high for about 2 to 2.5 minutes. All right, this is kind of how I like my gravy. It's pretty thick. You can thin yours out if you want to, but I did go outside and grab some parsley from our parsley plant just to kind of make it look a little fancier, you know? So we've got dinner in about 20 minutes. It doesn't get much better than that. And we definitely have leftovers, but this is a really great one to have leftovers of because I can just make another pack of potatoes and just warm this through, and we've got dinner tomorrow as well. Or lunch or whatever. Doesn't look so bland now, does it? You ready to eat?
I am. This looks good.
It does look good.
It's very comforting.
Which is wonderful
Yeah.
because we've got so much rain.
We do. Oh, wow, that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I love the flavor of that gravy.
Yeah. It's got some Dub sauce in there. Can you tell?
Yeah. Got some rich flavor in there.
Good. It's got some butter
Which
in
kind of
there.
threw me off because, you know, you don't really see a lot of seasonings in there.
Right.
But now I can see like maybe some garlic and
Yeah, there's minced onion, garlic.
minced onion. Yeah. That's really good. Man,
Hit the spot.
that hits the spot, baby doll.
All right, good.
Good job.
Yeah. Easy dinner.
That is incredible. Look how simple that looks.
I mean,
It's so simple and so delicious.
it's all you need. It's meat and potatoes.
I love
good.
that. That gravy is so good. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Man. I mean, I like that better than the brown gravy that we normally put on mashed potatoes. That right there. Yes.
Tons of flavor.
It's got a better taste to it.
It does. That's good.
Good job, babe.
Thanks.
Done.
D-U-N, done.
I'll tell you what. That's good stuff.
It is good.
Good to the last bite. That is good. If I was hungry, I'd be in there right now getting me some more. But I'm on. Back off. Slow down.
That's right. But it is a go-backer for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Stuffed peppers. One of the things I love about stuffed peppers is you can stuff it however you want. You can kind of go the Mexican route, which we've done plenty of times. Today we're going to go more, not really Italian, but kind of the Italian route. I've got 2 red bell peppers. You could do whatever color you want. To make this quick and easy, we're going to microwave them to soften them up first. But let me cut the tops off and we're going to cut the inside out. All right, we're going to put them in a microwave safe dish. I'm going to put a little bit of water in the bottom of this. Not much water at all. But let's pop these in here. We're going to microwave these on high for about 3 or 4 minutes. That will soften them. That way we can cook them really quickly. For our filling, we need to cook some ground beef. I've got a small skillet here. I'm heating it to about medium high. For this recipe, we're just going to use about half an onion, but I've got another recipe I'm going to make later that uses a half an onion, so I'm going to chop this whole thing up now. I'm going to use my vegetable chopper because why not?
I like watching you smack it.
Okay, that was quick and easy. So we've got 1 pound of ground beef here. We're gonna separate this into 2 different meals since we're just cooking for 2. So let's take half over there and we'll put half in the fridge. We're gonna get this started, but we're also gonna throw in our onion to let it cook and soften with it. And then let's season it a little bit too. Throw in a little bit of salt and pepper. And you'll notice I did not preheat my oven, even though we're doing stuffed peppers. They didn't cook fully in here, but we are gonna be using our sous vide, which is really nice when you're cooking for 2 for a small gathering and not a big crowd. It is so nice. It's like having a double oven. You'll see, because we're gonna cook 2 different things at 2 different temperatures. One's gonna air fry. It's so cool. We're also gonna put in some Italian seasoning. And let me grab some minced garlic. That much, not a whole lot. Okay, this is done. I'm just gonna turn it off and remove it from the heat and let it sit for just a second. We are gonna chop up one more thing. It's not for the stuffed peppers, but it's to go along with it. So I'm gonna chop up this broccoli, not chop it up, but put it in bite-sized pieces. We're gonna air fry some broccoli on the bottom of our sous vide while our stuffed peppers are cooking on the top. That should be enough for 2. I did about half of that head. Since we're going with that Italian theme, I'm gonna use this Tuscan herb infused olive oil. We're almost out of this one, but we've got another bottle, don't worry. We're gonna toss our broccoli in a little bit of this olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. I do like to throw a little bit of garlic powder on there too. It doesn't need a whole lot because that Tuscan herb infused has such good flavor. So, okay, that's ready. Everything's ready to be assembled and put into the sous vide. So these are nice and softened. I'm gonna remove these and we're gonna throw some rice in the microwave. To make this really quick and easy, I love this Uncle Ben's Ready Rice.
Yes, I love old Uncle Ben.
I'm telling you what, it's such a good little cheat for when you're in a hurry to make dinner. Stuffed peppers has rice in with it, so I just got this jasmine rice, and we're gonna cook this for 90 seconds in the microwave. So I'm gonna transfer our pretty hot peppers. Ooh,
Let me see if I can do that.
it's pretty hot, be careful. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I like how you're going slow to show it's not that hot for you.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hands are burnt off. they burnt plumb off.
Thanks for doing that.
You're welcome.
I've put our meat back on the heat just on low. We're gonna mix the inside of the stuffed peppers together. Okay, we're not gonna use this entire pouch. Add enough. Okay, that's probably about good. We'll start there. And then whatever marinara sauce you want, I'm just gonna pour some in here. Start there. We can always add more. But let's stir all of this together. We're just gonna let this hang out on low for a couple of minutes. I added just a little more sauce because it kind of soaked all of that sauce up. I don't want it to be super liquidy, but I don't want it to dry out either. So let's just let that warm through. While we wait on that to warm on the stove, I'm gonna put my broccoli in my air fryer basket for the bottom of the sous vide. Get it all kind of on one layer. So the good thing about the sous vide is I'm gonna tell it, so the stuffed peppers are gonna have to cook a little bit longer than this, but I'm gonna set it all at the same time and it will know after this going for however long, it's gonna know when to start this and it'll all finish at the same time. It's so nice. Let's assemble. And I'm gonna stuff these things, like as stuffed as they will go. And then we've always got a little bit extra that we can eat.
I'll take care of that.
I know you will. This one's the bigger one, so a good bit should fit in here. Oh, we don't have that much extra. We did good.
You gotta leave a little dribble down there.
Uh-huh. Now, where is my, here it is. Let's pour a little more marinara over top.
I'm feeling what you're putting down in there.
And then top it with cheese. We've got this five cheese Italian style blend.
Speaking my language.
Now, I gotta make sure that this is gonna fit in the sous vide. That's the only thing. Did I stuff them too full?
Right.
You know? So I may have to kind of push them down a little bit.
Look, you made room for more cheese.
Okay, let's see if she'll fit in there. Oh, she fits.
Look at there.
Beautiful. Okay, bottom zone, we're gonna air fry at 400 for about, we'll try 6 minutes. And let's set the top zone. We're gonna bake at 400 for about 12 minutes.
This looks really good, babe.
It does look really good. I mean, it took us what, 20 minutes, 25
not
minutes?
long at all.
Yeah. And the thing is, when you're cooking for two, I feel like it's fine. I mean, if you want leftovers for several days, make the full amount. But
Right.
if you're not wanting leftovers, these are perfect.
All right, some of the pepper, some of the stuffing mix here. That is on point. Super
Good.
delicious. Pepper is nice and tender
Good.
with just a little of the structure of it.
Yeah.
You know, you can cut into it easily. It's not mushy.
Good.
And then that Italian flavor stuffing,
Yeah.
super good. The rice is cooked perfectly well.
I love stuffed peppers.
That is amazing.
Good.
To be a simple meal like that,
Right. So
that
good.
is just shocking how good, how delicious that is. Let's go in with some broccoli here. Very nice. But that oil
Yeah.
just takes it to the next level.
Awesome.
That is amazing.
Yay. Simple dinner for two. I'm excited to dig in. I love the color that we got on top here. Look at that. It's all stuffed in there really well.
Really good.
It's been a while since I've done stuffed peppers that are more Italian. I feel like
Right.
usually I do more of the Mexican. This is good. The flavors on this broccoli go really well with the
Yes.
stuffed peppers.
Absolutely.
That Tuscan herb, olive oil, it just takes anything over the top.
Yeah, it's
Seriously.
special.
Yeah.
Be nice to have maybe like a little lemon slice to squeeze over the broccoli. I think that would add a nice little.
I've got lemon in there, but this is delicious, y'all.
Yes, it is perfect. Thank you, baby.
Crowd pleasing loaded nachos. You can do these a million different ways, but the first thing we're gonna do is just chop up all of our ingredients, because once we get all of that done, we're gonna move over to the stove and this is gonna go really quickly. So for toppings, you can do pretty much whatever you want. I've got this red bell pepper, any color would work. We're gonna dice this. To make this even quicker, I'm gonna use my handy dandy chopper dicer. I'm gonna use a little bit of red onion. We are gonna add green onion a little later too, so you don't need a ton of the red onion. For our jalapeno, I'm just gonna thinly slice it. I'm gonna leave all the seeds in. We like a little bit of spice to our stuff. It's gonna all go in at the same time, so I'm gonna add these here. Okay, so we've got this tomato here. I'm just going to chop it up really quickly. We're gonna add this in a separate bowl because this is gonna go on at the very end. We need some green onion too. Okay, last thing we need is some cilantro. I'm just gonna chop that up really quickly, and then we're gonna head over to the stovetop. You know what? While I chop that, let's let our skillet preheat to about medium high. So are you team cilantro or no? We love cilantro in this house, but I know a lot of people don't like it. So we got 1 pound of ground beef going in. And I'm using super lean meat this time. I'm hoping I'm really not gonna have to drain much at all. You gotta have shredded cheese for this. I'm using Colby Jack. Use whatever you have on hand or whatever you like. We might as well do the whole thing because cheese is a good thing. Here towards the end, I'm gonna add in some garlic. You can do fresh garlic. I'm just taking the easy route today. Maybe a tablespoon. Again, I don't have a whole lot of fat in here, so I'm just gonna continue on, but you would wanna drain yours if it's really greasy. We're gonna add in basically a pack of taco seasoning, which is about a big old clump. It's about 3 tablespoons. Stir that around, get everything coated, and then we're gonna add some water too. About 3/4 a cup of water here. Gonna pour that in. We're gonna let this simmer for a few minutes and kind of thicken up. So the next step is something that's a little different. We're gonna add refried beans into this mixture. Gotta soften them up. I'm gonna stir them around. You know, refried beans coming out of a can never looks appetizing, but it always tastes so good after you doctor it up, you know? That is gonna be delicious. We're just letting that heat off all the way through so I can kind of get it really well incorporated, and then we're gonna go assemble our nachos. I'm gonna add a little more water in here. Very well incorporated. That is perfection. Okay, we're about to head over to assemble everything, but first, let's preheat our oven to 350. I mean, I could just throw some cheese on that and eat that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a big thing of tortilla chips. We're gonna just start assembling. You don't wanna get the super thin tortilla chips, like the cantina style or whatever. Don't get those, they'll break all over the place. You'll be frustrated. Get the normal tortilla chips.
That don't look like enough nachos right there.
Well, we're gonna do another layer, so don't, you should have seen his face, y'all. When I finished pouring, he goes, it was cute. All right, I'm just trying to make a good layer here on the bottom. And let's put some meat mixture on there. Now we're just going to try and spread about half of the meat mixture here on the bottom. I don't want to put too much all in one spot. I'm gonna try to evenly distribute everything. Now, about half of the cheese. And we're just gonna top it with the rest of our chips. Just trying to kind of cover up that bottom layer. Y'all, this is gonna be so good. My mouth is watering. Okay. The rest of the meat mixture is going on top. The last bit of the cheese is going on. Now I drained these and I rinsed these, but I've got these sliced black olives. And this is kind of where it goes to you do you. If you don't like black olives, leave that out. If you want green olives, do that. Whatever you want to do. And now we're gonna take our bell pepper and our red onion and our jalapeno and put it all over the top. That's it for now. This is going in a 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes. We're just wanting to melt the cheese. So you can make some guac to go on top of this. That would be really good, but we're just gonna do some sliced avocado. Okay, so we've got that tomato that we chopped up earlier. I'm gonna throw that on top. Green onion and our cilantro. Hot sauce on top of this. Cholula, something like that.
Better hurry. Missing your tinkage opportunity.
Okay. Tink.
Oh man. Man, that meat and beans. Wow, that's good. I love the crunch of those fresh veggies in there. Look, there's some jalapeno just calling my name. That is delicious, baby.
You don't need nothing else for game day. This is it. Just make a huge thing of this and everybody can just munch off of it. You got cheese all over you.
Got cheese all over.
That means it's good.
It's the epic finger food right here.
I mean, really.
Oh yeah.
I can just imagine watching the big game and eating this.
Yeah.
That's a good day right there. I don't care. I don't even know who's playing in it. Do we know who's playing in it? Has that been decided yet? We're filming this way in advance.
Well, about the only thing I know is the team with the most points is going to win.
He called it. Place your bets.
That's it.
So Steven just put some of this on it. Okay. Was it Ron? Ronnie? I think his name was Ron. Sent us one bottle of this. Steven ordered a 3-pack because he already went through the first bottle and now is in love with it. It is called the famous Marie Sharp's habanero pepper sauce. It's hot, but it has such a good flavor to it. You just finished those off?
Look, you got a whole thing over there.
I love a good shepherd's pie, and I've made several different types of shepherd's pie here before. Today, the casserole we're making is a cheeseburger shepherd's pie. It looks really good, and I'm craving a cheeseburger, so let's see if this meets that craving. To get started, I need to peel 1.5 pounds of russet potatoes. For me, that's 3 kind of medium to smallish potatoes. So I've got those peeled. I'm just gonna chop these and pop these into this pot here. And then we will cook these on the stove top. While that gets going, let's preheat the oven to 350. Okay, I'm gonna wait on my potatoes to cook and I'm gonna slice up the other things that I need. The recipe calls for a red bell pepper. This is not red, as you can tell. My grocery store was out of them and I did an Instacart order and they just subbed this orange one. We're just gonna go with what we can. Let's chop this up. Normally I would get my handy dandy chopper out for this, but it's in the dishwasher. It's going to make quick work, try to be as efficient as possible. Okay, I didn't need quite all of that. I'm just gonna freeze the rest of this pepper and save it for another day. And then the other thing that I need to do is dice some onion. The recipe calls for a medium onion. This is a medium to small onion. The onion is absolutely killing me, so I wet a paper towel. I'm gonna throw it on top of the onion. Whew. And the last thing I need to do is chop up some dill pickles. I've got these sandwich stuffers. We'll just dice these. You cannot have a cheeseburger, in my opinion, without pickles. I know some people absolutely despise pickles, but I love them. Only if they're dill though. I do not like sweet pickles. Oh my word. Nothing will upset me quicker than thinking I'm about to throw a dill pickle in my mouth and realize it's a sweet pickle. That is a bad day right there. Now that this has come up to a boil, I am gonna add some salt to it. It did say some lightly salted water that we needed to be boiling this in, and I just threw salt everywhere. You know, that's how it goes. We need some shredded cheddar cheese for this. I need to shred up about a cup, a little over actually. So I'm doing about a half a block of cheese. So while these are going, we need to start over here on the ground beef mixture. So it calls for 1.5 pounds of meat or ground beef. Don't tell Steven, I found a ½ pound in the freezer. Totally could have used this for the other recipe we made, but didn't know it was there. But we've got 1.5 pounds of meat here. Let's throw it in the skillet and start browning it. While we're browning our meat, we're gonna add our onions and our peppers that we chopped. I think my mix and chop tool is also in the dishwasher. I need to run that dishwasher, don't I? Everything's in there. I'm gonna check on my potatoes here in just a second. As that is finishing up, I'm adding in some garlic because I didn't feel like mincing garlic, so we're using the jarred kind. I'm gonna let that finish up. It's almost done. We'll drain this and then we'll move on. But my potatoes, I just drained those. Let's go make the mashed potatoes for our shepherd's pie. All right, we've got our potatoes that have been drained. Let's add 1/4 cup of milk, about 1/2 cup of sour cream, and some salt. And I'm gonna use an electric mixer just to make this quicker and make sure they're really smooth. Okay, now it says to add in about 1/2 cup of the cheese. I'm gonna sprinkle our cheese in and I'm just gonna stir that in. And it's time to go finish up on the stovetop, so let's go do that. Let's add in 1 cup of water. Also a 6-ounce can of tomato paste is going in. I'm gonna stir that, get that to kind of break up a little bit before I add the rest. Okay, to this we're gonna add about 1.5 cups of frozen corn. It can still be frozen, not a big deal. It's also time for our pickles. Yum, yum, yum. Love me some pickles. Let's throw that in. Let's stir all of that together. You definitely need a large skillet for this. This next measurement kind of shocked me, honestly. We need 1/4 cup of mustard. That feels like a lot. That feels aggressive. But you know, I love mustard, so it's gonna be all right. Let's add that in. Okay, so we're supposed to bring this up to a boil and let it simmer for like 5 minutes. It's already coming up to a boil. I also need to add in some oregano. Where is that? Here it is, about a teaspoon. I mean, yeah, corn is not in a cheeseburger, but a lot of the other flavors seems very cheeseburger-ish to me, so I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. All right, I'm gonna turn it down just a tad and let that hang out for about 5 minutes. We'll be right back. It's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna turn the heat off and we're gonna add in some cheese because this is cheeseburger. About 1/2 cup. We'll stir that through. And then it's time to assemble. So it says a 2.5 quart, which is a little bit bigger than an 8x8. So this is not quite a 9x13. It's like a 7x11 maybe. I'm not sure, but that's what we're gonna go with. You need to put the cheeseburger mixture on the bottom, okay? And then we are going to take our mashed potatoes and we're gonna put them, instead of just spreading them straight across, it says to do them in mounds on top. They look like little biscuits on top, don't they? Now, the remaining cheese that we have, which is not a whole lot, we're just gonna sprinkle that over the top. This is going in our 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. It has been 20 minutes. I will have Steven taste this when he gets home, but he's not home right now. So I'm gonna dig in and see what I think. I'm using this scooper. I love this one. I can officially tell you that Cole has tried it and he said, wow, that is good. Leave it out because I'm gonna get seconds. So that means 2 thumbs up from Cole. Very hot, very, very hot. Actually, it's burning my hand. Do y'all have bowl cozies? A sweet subscriber made me a set. I have several sets, but this is one that she made. But it helps with hot stuff or cold stuff, because if you have a bowl of ice cream, you know your hand will freeze. So you can put this under it and it's bearable. Yes, you can taste the mustard, but it doesn't overpower it, which I was a little nervous about because there's a lot of mustard. You can taste the pickles. This is definitely a cheeseburger shepherd's pie, for sure. That's delicious. This is the perfect casserole for fall time. Oh my goodness, it's so cozy. The potatoes on top are super creamy. Got the perfect amount of seasonings. Everything is perfect, it's spot on. Hello, sir, welcome home. I like your glasses.
You do?
I do. You look smart.
Praise the Lord for that.
All right, you
All right.
ready?
Yes, I'm
I
ready
hope
because
it's
I'm
still.
hungry.
I hope it's still warm.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
I'm hungry.
Okay, well, hopefully it's still warm.
It's different.
He doesn't know what
I like
this
it.
is.
I don't know what this is, but this is really good.
Okay, what do you taste?
Got ground beef in there.
Uh-huh.
It's got some kind of sauce in it though.
Uh-huh.
Like maybe a tomato sauce.
Yeah, it's a tomato sauce.
But the seasonings I can't pick out, but they are super good.
Okay, there's a lot of mustard in it.
A mustard, okay. Yeah.
Do you taste? Take a bite.
Okay. I'll take my glasses off.
See? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Wow. There is a lot of flavor in that. But I can definitely get the mustard, but it's not like overly mustardy.
No. Do you get pickles?
Yes.
It's a cheeseburger shepherd's pie.
Wow.
It's got pickles, mustard,
That
onion,
is
peppers.
super good, baby.
Isn't it good?
It's so different.
I know.
I love this.
He just came back from the gym, so he went swimming. For those of you who don't know, he's training for a triathlon, and so obviously we don't have a pool here at the house. He has to go swim. So
Man.
he just got back from that. He worked up an appetite.
Yes, I did. I think I don't know, a mile.
Good job. I can swim about 5 feet.
Well,
You chow down.
I don't know if we can call what I do exactly swimming. I'm just going in that direction, not very fast.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you that right now. My shoulders are sore.
Oh, I bet they
Give
are.
out?
Yeah.
Probably because my form is much to be desired, let me just say.
All right. Well, it is a gloomy day outside. I don't think y'all can see that, but this casserole hit the spot. So I'm so glad that you love it. It's delicious, isn't it?
It is delicious. But yeah, I'm surprised at just how different it is. And
It is.
mixing it up with the ground beef.
I
What?
know.
Good job, babe.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We are making barbecue chili tonight. This recipe is really easy. You can make it on the stovetop like I am because it's later in the day, or you could prep this and put this in the crock pot. So it's a win-win. I've got a onion here, a yellow onion. I'm going to finely dice it. I'm going to use my chopper here just so I don't have to do all the chopping. That's what I'm talking about. That took 5 seconds. Let's move on. So for this recipe, just because we enjoy pinto beans versus like kidney beans, I know a lot of chilies use kidney beans. We're gonna use a couple of cans of pinto beans. Hi. And a can of black beans. So I'm gonna rinse and drain all of these. So let's do that. I'm just gonna do everything in this one pot, including browning my meat. I've got 1 pound of ground beef, and I'm just gonna start breaking this up, and then I'm gonna throw my onion in with it. Starting to brown, let's add in our small onion. Now for this recipe, this is barbecue chili, so you're gonna be using a bottle of barbecue sauce. I found this one, I literally just got my groceries in. I decided on this recipe last minute and had to order some groceries. And I got this one from my grocery store. It's called Stubbs Hickory Bourbon. And I chose this one because it does not have any high fructose corn syrup. The ingredients just looked a bit better than some of the other ones that I saw. So that's why I chose this one. But we're about to just put everything else in there with the ground beef. I'm gonna drain it just a little bit, and then we'll just add everything else and we'll let it simmer for about an hour. Now that we've drained it, let's add in our beans. I've got 2 cans of pinto beans drained and rinsed. I've also got 1 can of black beans drained and rinsed. Now we're gonna do 3 cans of tomatoes. I'm doing 1 can of these petite diced tomatoes, and then I'm gonna do 2 cans of these fire roasted diced tomatoes from Thrive Market. These are my absolute favorite diced tomatoes. I love the flavor that fire roast gives. So let's go add this, juices and all, into the pot. Now we're gonna be adding almost this entire jar of barbecue sauce. So this is a 18-ounce jar bottle. We're gonna add most of it. I've really gotten to where I love using dark chili powder versus just regular chili powder. There is a difference. So I'm gonna add some dark chili powder in. You wanna add in at least a teaspoon. I'm probably gonna go a little more than that. I've got some ground cumin here. We're gonna add in about a tablespoon of that. I've got this jar of molasses. We are almost done with it. I'm telling you what, molasses makes a big old sticky mess, but we need about a tablespoon of molasses. We also need a tablespoon of the Dub sauce. And lastly, I'm gonna add in about a tablespoon of brown sugar. Let's mix all of this together. This is making a big old pot. I thought about doing just half of it, but honestly, one of my favorite things left over is chili. I love chili. And if my grocery store would have had buttermilk, I would be making my favorite cornbread recipe, but they were out. That's it for now. So I'm gonna cover this and we're gonna let it simmer for about an hour. It has been about an hour and it is dinner time. So I did come in here a couple of times, maybe 3 times during the hour, and I stirred it. Oh, let's fog this up. That's what we do. It smells really good and so unique with that barbecue smell to it. It's a chilly evening, pun intended. So this is gonna hit the spot. I had to get the microphone.
Yes.
You ready?
I am ready. This smells delicious.
I was gonna make cornbread, but the store was out of buttermilk, so.
Well, you can't have cornbread without buttermilk.
I know.
That looks delicious. It smells amazing. It's got this kind of a smoky chipotle sort of vibe to it. That's exactly what I was craving.
Really?
Yes, that smoky flavor
Good.
in a chili.
Yeah.
Really good. Very good. That flavor is really good.
Yay.
It's like very rich,
Okay.
bold flavors, and not too spicy though.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ma'am. Can I help you?
Maggie Moo,
What are you doing?
what are you doing, little girl? She said, where's my bowl?
You can't get much easier than this recipe.
It goes really good with the beans in there.
Okay, good.
The pintos,
Yeah.
black beans.
Okay.
Nice texture. Very good job.
Thanks. I'm gonna dig in.
This is a great cold weather dish.
Good.
Cozy vibes. Great flavor. It's got a little sweet touch to it, I feel like.
Well, it has
Because of the barbecue sauce, you know?
and it has some molasses and brown sugar in it.
Ah.
Here's the thing. I was a little nervous that it was going to be like, oh, we just have a bottle of barbecue sauce along with some other things. But that's not what it is at all.
Right.
It has a barbecue sauce flavor to it,
It does.
but it's not the first thing you think of when
No,
you taste
not
it.
at all. No, it's really, really, really good. And you're right. This would be really good with cornbread.
I wish we had some cornbread.
It's very rich, but it's a unique chili flavor.
It really is.
Yeah.
All right, this is a good one.
Yeah.